Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sunday morning, early, sitting in front of the local masjid, um, preparing lessons that I have to teach this upcoming week. And one of the things, or a few of the things that I'm going to be teaching on, are power and socialization, media. And I began to think about the plight of African American communities. And one of the, or two of the main areas that I think really need to, okay, I'll be in a second, really need to be readdressed or addressed, period, are morality and economics. In this day and time, it seems that the source of morality for African American community comes from media and entertainment and sports. There are issues that afflict African American communities in reference to how the households are made up. How there are many households that are being run strictly by women, and the men sometimes are not there for, whatever reason. So when we talk about young black males and when we talk about young black females, we have to ask, who are their role models if they don't have necessarily both parents who are stable, who are mentally healthy, who are economically stable, who are in a loving, healthy relationship? If they don't have that as a role model, who are they looking to for role models? And I think that's where the media and entertainment industry enters. The agenda of the media and entertainment may not necessarily be in the best interest of our communities. We have to understand that media and entertainment and sports are based on capitalism, and capitalism is about making money. Stability, intelligence, God consciousness, these things are not key factors or key elements of the success for capitalism. Therefore, in much of the entertainment that we are subjected to through the media, it's void of these things. It's not going to teach the youth, our youth, these concepts: respect, morality, intelligence. These things are not being promoted through the media, and because sometimes in our community there are voids as far as role models are concerned, our youth gravitate toward the media, toward entertainment, toward rappers, toward actors, toward sports individuals. These individuals are paid by corporations, by the money has an agenda behind it. And like I said before, that agenda isn't necessarily in the best interest of the communities that are digesting this information. Public Enemy, the rap group back in the day, they said it perfectly. They said every brother ain't a brother. So because someone has your skin color does not necessarily mean that they're on your team, especially when their funding or their livelihood is coming from, from an outside source. So I think that we need to readdress, review our sources of morality and who we are looking to as role models. And it definitely should not be entertainment, sports, individuals, rap, definitely not rappers, because they're teaching things that are detrimental to our community. And I think the other thing is economics. We're very scattered and disenfranchised in our communities. I was just watching a lecture by a woman, her name is Maggie Anderson, and she was talking about how in the Asian community, the dollar circulates within the Asian community for 28 days between the banks, other retailers, other business owners, but that dollar circulates for 28 days before it goes outside. In the Jewish community, she said, I believe it was 19 days that the Jewish dollar circulates in the Jewish community. And she said that in the African American community, the dollar circulates for 6 hours before it is sent outside to outside hands. So economically, and also, connected to that, for those lengths of time that the money is circulating, it also speaks to education. It speaks to business success within those communities. That money is circulating and moving, and it's keeping their communities thriving and keeping their communities moving. And there's a lot that's connected to that. Like I said, educational attainment levels, just a lot of things. Wealth, generational wealth. So if you look at the situation of those communities, and you look at the situation of many African American communities, there's a big gap. There's a big divide that should tell us something. African American community makes up a large part of the economy of America, but we don't have much to show for it as far as infrastructure for our own communities. So we need to address this issue. We need to invest in our own communities. We need to understand the power of our dollar, especially in a country that's whose basis is capitalism. It's money. Everything revolves around money in America. Ain't nothing moving but the money. The dollar bill. Cash rules everything around me. I used to like the Wu-Tang Clan back in the day. Anyway, morality and economics. This really should have been a two-part video, but for brevity's sake and not to be too lengthy, I didn't want to go, make 2 videos. So just a few thoughts. Morality and economics. Now, those are not the only things that need to be addressed, but just based off of what I was reading just now and the lesson that I have to give, morality and economics just jumped out in my mind.